everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and this is day one, part one of the 7 days Summer Digi 2021 collab with Dearjuliejulie and CaraBrandonCreations. And as I was putting this together, I thought I'll just turn on the camera, take you along for a ride. I'm creating a folio of my own design, so let's just start there. I've watched videos and all the measurements and stuff just kind of grabs me crazy, and for this collab I wanted it to just be super simple. So let's turn off the air conditioner for a minute so we don't have to listen to that. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm starting with a regular manila file folder from Dollar Tree, and I'm actually using 1, 2, 3, 4. And the reason I'm doing that is, I've already got that one cut apart, so let's use this one. This will be a full folio will be my cover. And then, so when you open it up, you have day 1, day 2, if I can get this one apart, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, and day 7. So what I did was I took the first one, the first full folio, and I cut it on the fold line and cut it into 2 pieces. I wanted to keep the tab intact, so that will become my front and back cover. Then the remaining folders, I cut them off right here at this line across on all of them, so that I lost the tab portion of these. So we have those. Now, I don't want it to be a gator mouth kind of thing. I do need a kind of a spine because I'm going to have little booklets and all kinds of ephemera pieces in here. So what I chose to do was, when I cut this in half, I cut another piece from one of the file folders, from another file folder, and let me give you the exact measurements. I cut it 2 inches wide, and then I scored it on either side at the 1/2 inch mark. And here's what we're doing. And I hope I haven't ruined this one by having glue on it and then thinking, you know what, let's just do this. So on that score piece right there, I'm running a bead of glue, and I'm going to run this and connect. Now, I'm not going to put it right straight up against that fold line. I want to leave just a smidge, probably less than a 1/16 of an inch, so that I've got a little bit of a give, a little bit of a gap there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just run me a squiggle of glue, and I'm using the Tombow Mono liquid adhesive. This is my favorite glue to use. It dries quick and clear, so if I do have any seepage, and I'm trying to eyeball this here because I don't have a lot of time with this glue, and get it straight. There's my other thing, get it straight. Okay, I think we're there, and I don't know if you can see, but there is just a little bit of a gap right there between the edge of the file folder and that score line. Just a nickel's worth width. That's kind of like setting tile. You want to leave that little bitty grout line between your tiles. Now, this has got a little bit of a tickiness to it where my glue seeped, and it's about dry. So I'm going to take a pom-pom and a little bit of powder and just rub up and down there, and that will get rid of any glue residue, so I won't have anything sticky on here. And you can, I just use baby powder. You can use cornstarch, or you can use one of those pouncy stamp things from Stampin' Up. And now I've got a little bit of room here to play. I'll have roughly an inch spine that I can play with. Now, if I want to give this a little bit of a curve, let me show you what else we can do. I didn't think to have this over here handy. But if you don't want a boxy spine, you want it to have a little bit of a curve, I'm going to lay this in here between the 5 and 6, let's see, And I'm just going to score about every 1/4 inch. Oops, I think I lost my track on that one. The track is kind of hard to find in a file folder. And then I'm going to lay that one over there. And I'm going to go back here on the 1/4 inch again. If I can stay in the track, to stay in that track, you really have to press hard. And what this will allow you to do is kind of roll the spine so you get a little bit of a curvature as opposed to the boxiness. So I've just scored every 1/4 inch, and then I can go back and I can kind of give it a little bit of a push. If you have something round that you can put in there, like a toilet paper, a paper towel roll that'll help you, you can go in there and you can just kind of crease that around. And then as you're adding things into your signatures, you'll have that little bit of a give. See how it's got that curve going to it now instead of that flat box? And that'll help give you a softer edge to your spine as opposed to a box, just a flat square. And then what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to show this in the video, but what I'm going to do, because most of you have seen signatures sewed in before, but I do need to keep them together, so I'm going to stitch these together, and I'm going to stitch them right into the center of that. And that will give me plenty of room to go through and box this around. So that's how the folio base has gone together. I'm going to come back. I printed out some of Dearjulie's other kit options that pair really well with the 7 Days Digis. One of them is this background sheet from her tiny houses, and her digitals are on sale for 50% off. So there's 11 of her digitals in her shop, and I will link that down below, as well as part of the 11 are the 7 Days Digis that we are playing with from now through June 2nd. So I'll link those down below. But what I'm going to do is I think I want to do a soft cover on the outside. I just haven't gone through and picked out paper yet. But I do know that I'm going to use these probably as a baseline for all my other stuff to go on. So when you come back for part 2 later this afternoon, you will see what digis I have used for day 1 and how this 2-page spread comes together. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. I will see you in just a little bit. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Have you seen this type of spine done before? I'd love to know. Creative blessings.